3 times. You're hearing cicadas in the background. They're loud. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times and make 3 half bows, and then ask Gwen to go ahead and request Dharma. So here we go. 我敲眼镜敲3下，然后Gwen 今天来请法。好的，Gwen, if you would like to request Dharma, go ahead and do it now.
恭请大德僧听，为此法会，济一切众生，请转妙法轮，教导我们如何了生脱死离苦得乐，速证无生。Will the Sangha with great virtue, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering and attempt bliss and end birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Namo sadanto suchedoye alahadi samyao samputoshe.
Namo sadanto suchedoye alahadi samyao samputoshe.
无上甚深微妙法，百千万劫难遭遇。我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。Supreme and wondrous Dharma, subtle and profound, rarely is encountered even in billions of eons. Now we see and hear it and accept it reverently. May we truly understand the Buddha's actual meaning. Alrighty, Gwen, thank you for the Dharma request. Appreciate that. We will continue now with our protocols for beginning a sutra lecture, including inviting the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to draw near. With a Dharma request from us to them. So the laity invites the Sangha to speak, and the Sangha invites the Mahasangha to arrive. 我们现在就迎请华严海会佛菩萨护法神圣天龙八部莅临道场。南无大方广佛华严经，华严海会佛菩萨，南无大方广佛华严经，华严海会佛菩萨，南无大方广佛华严经，华严海会佛菩萨，南无 we would like to acknowledge the Pomo people who practice spiritual connections to the earth and to all creation here in their ancestral land for tens of thousands of years. This is the Ukiah Valley of California. Let's see here, we're trying to get our background straight there. Today we acknowledge them as traditional custodians and original storytellers of these lands. We offer respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and to all First Nations people whose sovereignty was never ceded. 我们恭敬地承认Pomo 人是我们寺院所在地的传统叙事者和守护人。我们向过去、现在和未来的长者们致敬，并且向所有从来没有放弃主权的第一民族的原住民致敬。Okay. Bell sound wide resounds throughout 100 million worlds. The Buddha's law is heard and spread all throughout the triple world. The wondrous sounds that everywhere fill the Dharma realm with peace. May those who hear it gain the strength to follow in faith the Buddha's path. 众生传3000劫内，佛法扬万亿国中，共训其法界和平，利益报贪恶厚德。Okay. There we are. Now, just about this bell song. Let's see who is here. We have 101 people with us today. At this point, I'm checking to see. There are, yes, indeed. We have Barbara and Ernie and Bob and Fran here, among others, who were there with Master Shenhua at Buddhist Lecture Hall and also at Gold Mountain Monastery. And those of us who come from that generation will remember on Shifu's Dharma seat, he had a hanging bell, just this tall, with a stand and a little metal banger. And the sound that it gave was very muted. It just went ting, ting. It wasn't resonant. It didn't fill the hall. It wasn't particularly beautiful sound, but it was appropriate for the its function, which was to be this bell. For it's almost like an attention-getting device instead of it being a sacred bell or part of the ceremony or the liturgical bell. So that is the standard bell for monks' lecture podiums for the Dharma seat. We have when we reintroduced the bell song last year, I was looking for the appropriate bell, and at Berkeley, Jinfo Fashi reintroduced our ground bell practice, the Dijong, which is also a hanging bell, and it's part of the liturgical set, and it rings very nicely. And those bells are they're a different function than the Dharma seat bell. So we ordered a Dharma seat bell, but it came. They've got two of them, and they both were cracked when they arrived. They weren't satisfying. The sound was clunk. So I've been filling in with the Yinqing, which is not a zhong. This is this bell with a handle is for ceremonies. It's for ordering people to bow, to do half bows, to rise up. It's the bell that you use for processions, coming in and out of the Buddha Hall, or for special events. So this has a special function. And recently in Taiwan, I was looking for a suitable bell that I could fit on my table here, and I came back with this incredibly wonderful meditation bell. This is also not a zhong. So this has such a different sound, and it rings forever and forever. But this is also unsuitable for the purpose of the bell song. So the zhongshang. So one of the conclusions is that Chinese Mahayana Buddhism is rich in bells. And individual bells have individual characters. So I brought this one back from Taiwan, as people can see also. And it is very high-pitched. And it rings forever and forever. So you hit it once, you can't hit it, you have to wait, otherwise it sounds very jagged when you hit it again while it's still in full bloom. So it's finding the right bell to accompany the bell song has been a challenge. 我就说这个众生机，我1年前在继续唱诵这个众生机。师父当时我们在佛教讲堂，在金山寺师父的法座下，那个法座上边那个台上有一股铃，一个钟，一个经，不知道什么名字，是掉下来的，有个架子，对，这么大的，用铁做的一个棒子，烫，它的声音没有怎么这么洪亮，不会觉得哎呀好美一个声音，不是，就是一个噔，是好像要引起你的注意的，是一个 signal 号笛这样子，噔这样的意思，很合适在法师讲经的时候台上用的这样子。那我们就说要继续每次讲经之前，就在唱诵这个众生机，我们都要找到类似的一个铃子，一个磬，一个钟，然后从亚洲定下来两个来的都是破坏的，声音不好。真的是从下边看到里边了，这个很大的裂的，不好，不知道怎么送给我们的，所以不能用。然后就用引磬是这么一个东西，很好，可是声音太洪亮，继续太久了，不行，因为要敲几次。它还没有完了，你再瞧，好像很怎么样不好。然后呢，就又拿来这种的钟，这个是不一样了，不同的用处，就是在打坐前或者你的佛殿、小的佛殿、家里佛殿用的很好听，不适合所以呢，我们现在还在那儿，还没有找到那个正确的这个众生机用的这个铃子。汉传佛教用的这个 bell，钟磬这个引磬很多种，非常丰富我们在这种的，好像法师用的科技，法师用的法具。这个法器很丰富的不过找到正确的，所以还没有。So we're still talking about this what's the right kind of bell to use for the ceremony, and the Chinese Mahayana has a lot of choices. We got some wonderful bells. How do you like my desktop? This is my photograph of one of the main gates at Guoqing Monastery on Tiantaishan, where Master 智义智者大师 perfected the contemplations of the Tiantai school. 我左上这是我自己排的一个国清寺的这个大门，不是它的大门，有隋朝古隋代古刹，旁边这个是它另外一个门，就国清讲寺，当然是智者大师，他就创造，应该说做了是成就天台教观的地方，这个智义大师。It's called, notice there are 4 characters over the main gate, Guoqing Lecture Monastery, National Purity Lecturing Monastery. So, right away, Guoqing Si, famous monastery in Hangzhou on Tiantai Shan, identifies itself as a place where we investigate what the Buddha taught, a Jiang Si. So, Berkeley Monastery could be a Jiang Si, where a place where sutras are explained and people come to study the teachings, words the Buddha taught, words the Buddha spoke, and then all the words that followed from the millions of Buddhist disciples who follow the Buddha in study and practice. 这个是你们各位也知道哈，国清讲寺就说那个地方，这个在国清寺，在浙江那里，这个所有那边的，就不是说所有的，就说国清寺的主要的identity， 它所在的原因是要讲经说法，要研究佛所讲的道理他的话如果 Berkeley 是另外，如果师父在呢，我会邀请师父，我们可不可以把 Berkeley 改到Berkeley 讲堂、伯克莱讲堂，或者Berkeley 讲寺讲堂也好，讲寺也好 ，Yeah, okay, all right. Now we are taking a little more time than usual here. We've got a very interesting episode of Master Xuanzang's pilgrimage coming up, but we are continuing, endeavoring to move through the true suchness, true thusness chapter of the Ten Transferences. And from here on, I now have a copy of Bhikshu Heng Sure, Dharma Mitra, Kalavinka's translation of the Ten Transferences as well. This is a wonderful 3-volume set. People can go to Kalavinka Press, Kalivinka, Kalavinka Press, to pursue all of the translations of our Dharma brother, Bhikshu Heng Sure, also known as Dharma Mitra, as he followed Shifu's guide, Shifu's lead in translating the entire Avatamsaka plus many more of the Buddha's works. I'm going to refer to his translation at the same time because he has the English that he uses is very helpful in shedding light on the English that appears in our translation here. Not so interesting for the Chinese listeners or the Vietnamese listeners, but I can at the same time just provide that. And the alternative point of view on some of these the Chinese originals does help us illumine the deeper meaning. 就说我们恒寿法师，我的前辈师父那个最早某个美国人出家就恒寿，他呢那个寿体边这个寿，他就跟随玄奘上人他的师父，就把师父所讲的经来翻译英文，就是这个是华严经3册，很长很大的，叫 Kalavinka Press。那么各位也可以请到英文的，在 Kalavinka Press KALAVINKA Press.com.org。他所翻译的 是帮助我们英语there we are kalavinka.org 一环帮忙，谢谢一环。他呢是我会把这本放在旁边，就可以帮我们懂英语的就明白多一点，因为有的时候他所翻的用的词稍微不同，帮我们一起明白。所以那么听中文听粤文的人呢，当然对于英文的翻译也可以学习，不过不是直接的明白。可是呢有两种不同的看法，就稍微不同，也会就听的不同的词，就会这个是到底是不是我们了解的是正确吗？我们懂不懂佛的意思？这样子呢有很大的帮助。OK， all right, let's get going. Okay, we're working through the Piru genre. There's 100 of them, and we're only 1/3 of the way through. Here we go. Piru 真如性无所作，善根回向亦复如是，一切所作悉皆舍离。Just as true thusness is intrinsically free of action, so too is their dedication of good roots, in that it relinquishes all action. I'll say it a different way. Just the way true suchness has nothing that it does, so too do bodhisattvas in their transference of good roots do nothing overt. One translation. Ready? Here it is. Just as true suchness by nature has nothing that it does, so too it is with his dedication of roots of goodness, for they leave behind all endeavors. Yeah, endeavors is good for action, things that you get up to doing. Leave those behind, but it doesn't stop transferring. It doesn't stop radiating out to living beings. Okay, once again, just as true suchness by nature has nothing that it does, you don't see it doing things, so too it is with his dedications of roots of goodness. He's got the male pronoun. I prefer bodhisattvas because it gathers in every gender, genderless. They leave because it leaves behind all endeavors. Okay. Piru Zhenru Ti Xing Anzhu Shan Gen Hui Xiang Yifu Ru Shi Anzhu Zhen Shi. Hey, I recognize that. Just as the essence of true thusness intrinsically abides in peace, so too does their dedication of good roots, in that it abides peacefully in ultimate reality. Okay, so say it again. What is the nature of what is the so we've been taking Zhenru, true suchness, on as a topic to investigate, and just by itself, and we've come up with true suchness being the holy, capital H, the sacred, capital S, the big deal. Zhenru is the big deal. It's the thing that animates us. It's the I wonder if we, this is deep water and I wouldn't go here if I wasn't a erstwhile student of theology, having gotten my PhD in religion, after all. Could you call Zhenru the mind of God? Trouble, right? Don't go there. The mind of God. Yeah, you'd have 10 million theologians on your neck. Excuse me, did I understand you correctly? Even say, It says here in, so what is Zhenru? It is that it's got multiple alternative words, such as Bodhi Nirvana, hyphenated, Bodhi Nirvana, Puti Niappan, right? So it's that. It's the big deal. It's the unmoving, could say, doesn't come, doesn't go, that thing. So, and what about it? This section of the 10 Transferences, there's 100 analogies describing it. And that description, those 100 descriptions, are here to help us understand what Bodhisattva's transference is like. So then it gives us another image. Okay? 就说这个真如呢，这里有100个比喻真如，就是让我们明白真如是怎么一回事，同时我们明白真如是这么一回事，他就说这个东西是好像菩萨的回向。所以呢，究竟的目标是让我们明白什么叫回向，什么叫菩萨的回向。我们先要明白真如是这么一回事。真如是什么呢？菩提涅槃，菩提涅槃就是最重要的这种法性、佛性，说不出来、想不到的里边那个真实的东西，那就是真如。很多名字，佛教里边很多名字可以代替真如，就是菩提、涅槃、佛性、真性、法性啊，如来藏就都是这个东西啊。那么先给我们好比说呢，真如怎么样呢？体性安住。哦 ，OK， 那你明白体性安住，那你就可以懂得什么叫真如。那么这种体性安住的真如，也好像菩萨回向功德、回向善根，怎么样呢？安住真实啊 ，OK， 所以100个有2个比喻。So I've just realized that we're working with 2 analogies backed up together. First of all, we get 100 analogies for true suchness. Kalavinka says true suchness. Here we say, this translator says true thusness. This is not my translation, by the way, just to mention. Further, we get another analogy that says that thing, that analogy for true suchness, in turn tells us what the Bodhisattva's transference is. Okay, so this is 2 analogies backed up. All right, he says, just as the essential nature of true suchness securely abides, just as the essential nature of true suchness securely abides, so too it is with his dedication of roots of goodness, for they securely abide in reality. Dharma Mitra says Zhen Shi is reality. Our translation here says ultimate reality. Anybody who wants to make a joke about the dude abides, feel free. Here we go. 譬如真如与一切法而共相应，善根回向亦复如是，与诸菩萨听闻修习而共相应。Just as true suchness resonates with all phenomena, so too does their dedication of good roots, in that it resonates with what all bodhisattvas hear and cultivate. So, the way true suchness resonates with all phenomena, because it's what all phenomena are made of in its absence of anything you can detect, but it's there. So too, the bodhisattvas, when they transfer merit and virtue, in that practice, that cultivation of Samantabhadra's 10th practice, resonates with what bodhisattvas hear and cultivate. Tingwen Shu Xi. Okay, here's the power words here. Tingwen Shu Xi. Hearing those two characters together. This is a Chinese binome, meaning Chinese is essentially monosyllabic. Chinese mostly is one word, one word, one word, one word. Frequently, it is two words, two words, two words, two words, sometimes more than that. In this case, two words. Tingwen, to hear. Xiu Xi, to practice, to cultivate. Okay? Gong Xiang Ying, three words. Resonate together. Okay? So, one more time. Just the way true suchness resonates throughout all things, iche fa, all dharmas, how do we say, resonates with all phenomena. Just the way true suchness is directly related with all dharmas. Yeah, directly related, resonates with, okay? Likewise, Shangan Hui Xiang, Yifu Ru Shi, Yuju Pusa, Tingwen Shu Xi, Arsh Gong Xiang Ying. So are they directly related to the learning and cultivation of all bodhisattvas. Okay? 就说一切法怎么样？一切法与真如共相应。对了，有真如，你就无论哪一个法是这个法器，所谓中清引磬，就是一个法，真如就在。共相应，共相应 ，right？ So， 就像那个菩萨所听闻、所修习一样了，他们的回向、听闻、修习共相应。OK， 就是两个比喻一起。好 ，Moving along here。Right here. 譬如真如一切法中性常平等善根回向，亦复如是。于诸世间修平等恒。It took me by surprise. Let's see here. 譬如真如一切法中性常平等。OK. 善根回向亦复如是。于诸世间修平等恒。Just as true suchness is always and intrinsically equal amid all phenomena, so too is their dedication of good roots, in that they cultivate non-discrimination in all worlds. That's interesting. Interesting variety, interesting choices. Okay, so let's take a look here. The first analogy. What is true suchness like? It's always and intrinsically equal amid all phenomena. So not more, not less. I used a bell a minute ago to say, here's a phenomena, this sound. True suchness is always and intrinsically equal amid that. Never more, never less. It's not absent, it's not abundant at one time or another. Likewise, bodhisattvas, when they dedicate good roots, are the same way. Here's the second analogy. In that, they cultivate non-discrimination in all worlds. Okay? I'm not going to go into political commentary. DEI. Let's see here. Just as true suchness, by nature, is equally present in all dharmas, so too it is with their dedication of roots of goodness, for they are equally cultivated throughout all worlds. their good roots are equally cultivated in all worlds. That's slightly different. It's not that they cultivate non-discrimination, it's that good roots are cultivated. They don't cultivate more or less. That's a different emphasis, different interpretation of this. It's that bodhisattvas cultivating non-discrimination. This and Kalavinka says, Dharma Mitra says, it's that those good roots are equally cultivated throughout all worlds. Okay, slight difference here. 就说菩萨他们回向功德的时候，就欲知世间修行平等，没有多没有少，不是说这个法修多，那个法门修少一点，就修平等恒。OK， 也可以这么翻译。另外一种解释，就说你看他们无论修什么法，丝毫没有偏见，不是重男轻女这样子也不会对于某某种族接近有一些种族呢就避免没有了，那是另外一个解释。Okay, couple different interpretations. 譬如真如不离诸法，善根回向亦复如是，尽未来际，不舍世间。Just as true thusness is not apart from all phenomena, neither is their dedication of good roots, in that, to the end of future eons, they never forsake the world. Just as true suchness is never separate from all dharmas, so too it is with his dedication of roots of goodness, for even to the end of future time, they never abandon the world. I like the way that sounds. Even to the ends of future time, they never abandon the world. Yes. Okay. Notice that Kalavinka says roots of goodness instead of good roots. That's a difference. We got used to, in BTTS, saying Shangan just good roots. Good roots, good roots, good roots. And sometimes you stop hearing a word because that was the one you heard first, or you just through repetition it becomes a habit. Good roots. Right away, I think trees, I think plants. In fact, good roots have no physical manifestation. So it's a little misleading to say good roots. It's because why? Good roots are in the mind. Good roots are in the nature. They're in our virtuous Buddha nature. So roots of goodness immediately resonates with qualities of your character. Capital G, goodness. Not that these roots are good and those roots over there are bad. They're kind of rotten, or they're not. It was a dry series of years, and so the water didn't penetrate and the roots got stunted. So they're not good roots anymore. They don't support the tree or the plant. Not that. It's not that. It's a quality of character. Goodness, roots of goodness. Much better. 就说我们怎么解释善根呢？善根你听得多，你都会不再注意这是佛教的用语，善根。在这品回向，这个十回向品非常重要。你看说了100次，菩萨回向善根亦复如是。善根呢，问题是什么？你如果听得多不再听，你就认为好像有一个植物，你就有什么，你就说红萝卜，你把这个红萝卜拔起来，那个萝卜自己是那个根， 上边有绿色的叶子，是不是？然后呢，那个地下拔起来，有善根红色这个形式。那么，其实菩萨所回向的善根，不是像一棵树的根部，不像红萝卜那个根，要吃的那个根，不是。就是讲我们佛性内在无心的、没有形象的这个好处，那个德相，就是那个品德，也是你的善根。就说你的福气也是福报，也是你的善根；你的功德也是你的善根，是没有形象的。你为人的这个好处，为人的这个品德，那就善根。菩萨回向那个，你修行的功德，那就是善根。所以用这个根字善根。翻译英文叫 roots of goodness 就对的，因为是解释我们无心中的好处，无心中的这个德这个仁德所以英文翻译也重要了。善根 good roots， 心里就有个形象，有个影子Okay, so the challenge here is we've explained this before. This is kind of interesting, actually. There was a sociological explanation of this term that said, actually anthropological, said why in the explanation why in the when the sutras were first written down did this become good roots, and the Sanskrit is kushala mula, good roots. Why was it good roots, and why was it not good seeds? The reason being, said the anthropological explanation, is Asia is a rice culture. And if anybody has ever seen planting of rice, you have a seedling. It's already a sprout with roots, and you plop it down and submerge it in a wet field below the water, and the roots take root, the roots that are already grown slightly, good healthy root. You plant it down and it extends those roots, and up comes the rice plant, and you harvest it and dry it. You have rice. America, North America, Canada, Europe is a seed culture. We plant down wheat seeds, not in water paddies. So to say roots, I go to trees pretty quickly, because I think if you grow a garden, carrots, tomatoes, beans come from seeds. They reproduce. So we would say good seeds because we're not a rice culture. Different. Does that make sense? Does it? It's sort of, yeah. That's another explanation. 这个根部的话，善根，这是佛教的用语。最早 kusala mula 就说根，因为东方大家吃米饭，所以呢，仲夏稻田那个米已经还没成米之前是有根，然后有水在那个天上，要把它炸到里边了，然后它就继续下根，那个上边发绿叶，然后有米，你把它收获过程成了米饭可以吃的。西方没有这个习惯，我们是种子我们是吃大麦啊、洋芋啊、玉米啊、玉素素啊这些所以没有这个根的观念。我们有 seed 就是种子，那个米，那个所以 有人说，哦，原来善根就是因为东方佛教从东方开始，印度啊、中国、越南呢都懂得密，就是那个道天啊，对不对啊？有没有这个道理啊？不知道了，我就是这个here we go， 就是一种怎么说人类学的一种解释。OK。Enough of the scholar's anthropological perspectives. Shedding some light here. Here we go. 譬如真如一切法中毕竟无尽，善根回向亦复如是，与诸众生回向无尽。Just as true thusness is ultimately inexhaustible in all phenomena, so too is their dedication of good roots, in that they make inexhaustible dedications to all living beings. We're stuck with language like that. Ultimately inexhaustible in all phenomena. It just sounds so erudite, doesn't it? Just as true suchness never ends in things, never ends, so too when bodhisattvas dedicate merit, do endless dedications. Is their dedication endless? That's the way to explain it. We've got, just as true suchness is ultimately endlessly present in all dharmas. There we go. Endlessly present in all dharmas. So too it is with the dedications of roots of goodness, for they are endlessly dedicated to all beings. Well done. That's more usable English. 就说毕竟无尽真如毕竟无尽，没有一个开始，也没有一个完了，没有一个结束的时候，没有终尽的时候。善根回向亦复如是，菩萨在回向功德的时候，与诸众生回向无尽。众生戒尽，众生业尽，众生烦恼尽，我回向乃尽。而众生，所以我所回向，究竟无尽。譬如真如与一切法无有相违，善根回向亦复如是，不为三世一切佛法，不为三世一切佛法。Just as true suchness is in harmony with all phenomena, so too is their dedication of good roots, in that it is in harmony with all Buddha Dharma throughout the 3 periods of time. Okay, what is this saying? It says, true suchness is what? It's in harmony with all phenomena. 与一切法无有相违. So look at how this Chinese works. With all dharmas does not exist mutual opposition. So is free from opposing. In other words, is constantly in harmony. So our translation flipped it, which I think is totally legit. If we did Chinglish, this would be very interesting in Chinglish. Just the way true suchness with all dharmas has nothing that it opposes. That would be a Chinglish translation, right? So instead you say, 无有. 无有 means not having. So free from, 相违, opposition. Free from opposition means in harmony with dharmas. Okay, good translation. The good roots of the Bodhisattva are the same, the transference of the good roots of the Bodhisattva, in that it's in harmony with all Buddha Dharma throughout past, present, and future. So, yeah, we haven't talked about that as Bodhisattvas transfer merit, there is a stamp of Buddha Dharma on it. Not only that, it's a Mahayana stamp, because this is a particular hallmark of our school, our teaching, that bodhisattvas do this all the time. This is definitely a sign of the Mahayana, is the bodhisattva's transference. 这个我们翻译 let's see what the English says. Here's it. Kalavinka says, just as true suchness is unopposed to any dharma. Unopposed to any dharma. So too is his dedication of roots of goodness, for they do not oppose any of the dharmas of all Buddhas of the 3 periods of time. So Kalavinka took it as dharma small d, different interpretation. Our translation here says Buddha Dharma, the Buddha's teaching, as opposed to the capital D Dharma. Okay. 就说于一切法无有相违，无有相违，这个是懂中文的人听到于一切法无有相违，就会就是OK， 那就是中文的文法，就是佛经上的这个喜学Shikshananda， 我们的唐朝那个翻译的大德，他这样说了，我们可以与一切法无有相违，可以听得懂。英文把它反过来，就说跟一切法和，就说菩萨回向善根一样的怎么样，不违一切佛法。其实一切佛法，菩萨回向功德，普贤菩萨第10个大愿是当然是有汉传佛教的这个道风在里边。其实只有我们汉传佛教大乘佛法的菩萨在那儿修这个法门，南传也有，不像我们普贤菩萨第10大愿这么强调这个法这是我们汉传佛教的一个特性hallmark 就说非有不可的，这个行这个法才能所谓汉传佛教的菩萨，大乘佛法的菩萨道所以不但不违31一切诸佛，而且呢特别代表我们汉传佛教。OK， 我们我宗五宗，我们的学派怎么说吗 ？Yeah, my Chinese is running out of steam here, but you get the point. Okay, we're doing good. I have a really interesting story to add to today, Master Xuanzang's. We'll continue here. Maybe move a little faster here. Let's see here. Shares. Okay, got it. 来，譬如真如普摄诸法，善根回向亦复如是，尽摄一切众生善根。Just as true thusness encompasses all phenomena, so too does the dedication of good roots, in that it encompasses the good roots of all living beings. Okay, it's really good. This is so thorough in describing true suchness. It's over, under, around, and through all phenomena you find true suchness. So dedication is the same. It encompasses the good roots of all living beings. The word is 尽摄. So because it's a single substance, what bodhisattvas are sending out is what they hope living beings get. And when we get bodhisattva's transference, it just totally merges with our own treasury, our own bank account of good roots. 就说普摄诸法尽摄一切众生善根，菩萨回向功德，我们众生受到他们的功德，跟我们内在的自己修的功德一模一样的，所以呢，增长我们就说功德户口里边的这个 account， 我们那么多的善根一样的，就是普摄，所以就没有互相违背的。Okay, next, let's see here. Just as true suchness comprehensively includes all dharmas, so too it is with dedication of roots of goodness. They completely include the roots of goodness of all beings. Right. They're not two, they're one. 譬如真如于一切法同其体性，善根回向亦复如是，与三世佛同一体性。Okay? Just as true thusness and all phenomena intrinsically share the same essence, so too does their dedication of good roots, in that it intrinsically shares the same essence as all Buddhas of the three periods of time. Kalavinka. Just as true suchness shares the same essential nature with all dharmas, shares the same essential nature, so too it is with his dedications of roots of goodness, for they share the same single essential nature with all Buddhas of the three periods of time. The same single essential nature. 同一体性, share the single essential nature. Okay, yeah, works. As all Buddhas, no different. 跟一切三世诸佛一样，没有两样。譬如真如于一切法不相舍离，善根回向亦复如是，摄持一切是出世法。Just as true suchness is inseparable from all phenomena, inseparable from, so too is their dedication of good roots, in that it encompasses all phenomena within and beyond the world. That's very interesting. These are new ways to render. To be inseparable from. Yeah, that's better than apart from. Is not apart from. It encompasses all phenomena within and beyond the world. Kalavinka. Just as true suchness never separates from all dharmas, so too it is with his dedications of roots of goodness, for they include all worldly and world-transcending dharmas. Okay, to encompass, to include, pretty much synonymous in function. 譬如就说真如怎么样？于一切法不相舍离。好，善根回向亦复如是，摄持一切出世法，摄持一切是出世法。对了 ，OK， 大家一听就懂。譬如真如无能应避，善根回向亦复如是，一切世间无能应避。Okay. Just as true thusness cannot be eclipsed, neither can their dedication of good roots, in that it cannot be eclipsed by anything in the world. This is different. They've used a different boilerplate here. Neither can their dedication of good roots, as opposed to, so it is with their dedication, so too is their dedication. Okay, that's all right, but I would want some sort of consistency here. Neither can their dedication of good roots, in that it can't be eclipsed by anything in the world. Eclipsing happens when a shadow falls on what was previously a light. We know how an eclipse, when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, the sun gets eclipsed. When the moon is on the other side of the earth, and the shadow of the earth falls on the moon is eclipsed. That's the idea, right? And here it's used as a verb meaning to shadow, to darken. Nothing can darken dedication of bodhisattva's good roots. Nothing in the world can do that. They're invisible, which has the benefit of nothing, because they're not tangible, nothing can block them. 这个无能应避，就说有个太阳，有个地球，中间月亮，或在中间，我们所谓日食就暂时那个太阳就黑了， 因为月亮的影子就会挡住了。那么这是太阳，这是地球，那个月亮在后边，那个时候地球的影子就会隐蔽那个月亮，那就是月食就说什么时候那个菩萨会上功德的时候，这个世界上没有任何东西能让它的回向黑了，就没有不发生作用，因为无形的心与心通。譬如真如不可动摇，上根回向亦复如是，一切魔业无能动摇。Just as true thusness is unwavering, so too is their dedication of good roots, in that it cannot be moved by any demonic force. Just as true suchness is unshakable, so too it is with his dedication of good roots, that they cannot be shaken by any of the works of the Maras. Oh, interesting. I didn't give you the previous one for Kalavinka. It was cannot be outshone by anything in the world. Eclipsed, outshone, yeah. Using eclipsed gave me a better explanation. So, cannot be shaken by the works of the Maras. That's an interesting way to explain it. Maras is, to use the word Maras, avoids the problem in English with the word demon, because that's a loaded word. People hear demon and it's got all kinds of other resonances in the culture. So to say Maras are specific in the Dharma because there are skanda Maras, the skanda demons. There is the demon of death. There's the demon of affliction. So there's the demon of illness. So Mara is a Sanskrit word that Kalavinka used for more. Yeah, correctly. It's just a choice that he made. 这个我们的恒寿法师他不翻译 demon 英文，他翻译 Mara 是这个梵文很正确，因为 demon 大家听到如果在中文我们就说魔鬼，哎呀大家就有不同的响应，不同的思想，魔鬼。其实佛教里边讲 Mara 就有特别的，有死魔，有烦恼魔，有病魔，有天魔。天魔就是天魔外道的天魔，还有那个阴魔，五是阴魔，这个《楞严经》里边讲的，所以这是很特别的，就不是说哎呀像个魔鬼，这样子，这个好像这个那个流行的一种小说里边，大家喜欢天龙八部这种的，不一样了。佛教里边就是跟佛来敌对的，不愿意任何众生超出六道轮回，超出欲界，因为一到了四界已经过去这个魔王所能支配的有真正定力的修行人能调出这个欲界就已经到了那个梵界梵天，有真正的三昧那个时候就魔王不能扰乱你的修行，可是呢，那个时候还没有成佛， 这个阴魔50阴魔还在都要一个一个要超出了，所以这个我们研究楞严经，这个50阴魔，那个是修行人必备的一种知识。So I made the point, just occurred to me that if you look at the kind of the roadmap through Buddhist cosmology, we understand that a cultivator, especially somebody who is practicing dhyana meditation, can actually get beyond Mara. Mara, as described in Buddhist cosmology, is at the top of the desire realm. That's where Mara lives. And interestingly, from the point of view of comparative mythology, that's also where Satan lived. If you study the book of Job, God and Satan have a discussion, and Satan lives up there. So a cultivator who is able to enter the dhyanas, that means your samadhi power has, first, second, third, and fourth dhyana, has taken you beyond the heaven of Tahua Zizai Tian, heaven of bliss from the self-mastery from devouring others' bliss, which is where Mara lives. If we, in our meditation, can reach the dhyanas, that's the form realm. So the first, second, and third dhyana, first, second, third, and fourth dhyana carry one through the form realm. So you're beyond Mara's power to obstruct you at that point. You are not yet beyond the 50 skandha demons. So this, when Bhikshu Dharmamitra, Bhikshu Heng Sure, gives us cannot be shaken by any of the works of the Maras, that's interesting translation, because it lays out the idea that there are different levels of demonic obstruction, endeavors, what was it? The works, different works of the various demons. The 50 skandha demons have to be overcome one by one all the way to Buddhahood. So it's the demons, the work of demons in Buddhism, it's not the case that just demons like in a video game or something like that. It's truly a specific function of your increasing wisdom and gongfu and compassion. So the Buddha ultimately, when his own cousin Devadatta fell into the hells and had to encounter demons on a daily basis, the Buddha didn't let him go. He still crossed him over. 所以呢，一个用功修行的人，尤其就是参禅打坐的人，必须要用他的智慧，用他的定力，用他的慈悲，才能一直到这个就是所有的50阴魔都要一个一个来经过克服降服就像佛陀呢，他自己的堂兄弟提婆达陀要害佛，自己活着堕落地狱，佛也没有放弃那个提婆达多每天都会遇到这些真正的魔在地狱里边，佛还是想度他，等他回来就能让他正果。所以呢降服众魔必须要用慈悲心魔是魔正道，正道才有魔，魔的更光亮，光亮更要魔，魔的如秋月，空中照春魔，春魔即退了，现出自性佛。Right? Demons polish the true path. Only, let's see here. I'm gonna stop right here. Only when the path is true do the demons arrive. The demons polish the true path. They polish you until you shine, and the more you shine, the more you need polishing. Polished until you shine like the moon in the autumn sky, and you cast light on the hordes of demons. And when the hordes of demons retreat, then you manifest the Buddha of your inherent nature. Yes, indeed. Okay, hey, look, we got something special here. Life of Master Xuanzang. He is, we ready? 城东50里至依山伽蓝，尊者无波居多, which interestingly is 近户, like our jin. Take a look here. There we are. 之所见也，其中找法舍利，伽蓝北沿有10室，高20余尺，光30余尺。四村习筹天及其内。哇！尊者近户说法悟道，夫其具证阿罗汉果者，乃下一筹，单其一别足者，随证不及。This is really amazing stuff. What a story. Going east from the city for 5 or 6 li, the master reached a hill on which was a monastery built by the venerable Upagupta. Upagupta is, interestingly enough, Jin Hu. Right here is the Chinese characters. Our next generation of Jins could use the word Upa in their name. It was a fingernail and a hair relic of the Buddha, so one of the Buddha's true Sharira. On the rock to the north of the monastery was a stone cell, more than 20 feet high and 30 feet wide, filled with small tallies, little tablets, little tokens, 4 inches long. When the Venerable Upagupta preached the Dharma and taught one married couple to attain arhatship, he put down a tally for single members of different families, although they might have attained sainthood. The event's not recorded. So the cave was filled with tallies. I don't know this story, but I guess if it's talking about a married couple to attain arhatship, he explained to them the benefits of celibacy. I suspect that's what that means. And the cave was filled with tallies. Venerable Upagupta was a powerful Dharma speaker. And did the individual single people get sainthood? There you go. So getting married, there is a path ahead for those of you who wonder, indeed. 就说夫妻具证阿罗汉果者，应该说那个近户法师近户三藏，他真会讲法，会令结婚的夫妻能独身，这样子就会正果了，不容易哦。那么已经结婚的各位呢，就说有希望，有光明大道啊。还没有结婚的人呢，都可以的，当然，可是他没有这些什么东西呢？就说四寸喜求天没有了，OK， 筹钱的表现。从此东北行500余里，至萨塔尼沙伐罗国，就到了中印度境，现在到了真实的印度。又东行400余里，至路勒那国，就是中印度境。东临境界河，北背大山，沿摩那河，中境而流。Okay, traveling northeast for more than 500 li, he reached the country of Staneshvara. Then east for 400 li to the country of Shrugna, with the Ganges in the east, a big mountain on the north, and the Jumna flowing through it midway. Still going east, after traveling 800 li, he reached the source of the Ganges, which was 3 or 4 li wide and flowed towards the southeast. The mouth of the river was more than 10 li wide. Footnote, This is the Gangadvara or Hardwar, the place where the Ganges emerges from the Shivalik mountains into the plains. Okay, Master Xuanzang has reached the Ganges River. Oh my goodness. 又河东行800余里，至近且河远Ganges 光3-4里，东南流入海处，光10余里，其味甘美，细沙随流彼俗书记微至浮水，旧中沐浴，罪心消除绰波溯流，绰波溯流，贼子殃在天灭，摩尔死者，即生天受福。哇！渔夫丈，渔夫长及河边，街外道斜眼，无其实也。后替婆菩萨，是其正理，放矢听觉。Okay, another amazing story. The water of the Ganges here was sweet, and fine sands came down with the current. It was said in the books of the country, the Ganges was a river of felicity, happiness, good luck. So if you bathe in it, you'd be purified of all your sins. If you wash your mouth with the water, you'd be saved from all calamities. If you drowned in it, you'd be reborn in the heaven to enjoy happiness. Thus, ignorant men and women flocked to the banks of the river, but this was a wrong belief of heretics without reality. Later, Deva Bodhisattva came and showed them the truth. They stopped the practice. OK, 这里呢是恒河沙那个恒河切河远就说近切河Ganges River Ganga 那个是当然在佛经呢就说恒河沙数，那么因为那个恒河沙漠很微细，所以你如果数一数很多一个大的数目。这个是在今天的印度呢非常重要的一条河So this is the Ganges River, the famous Ganges River. Extremely important in Indian culture. Buddhist sutras talk about it all the time. The Buddha uses it to take across King Prasenajit in the Sharangama. Ganges River sands, it's a way of counting because the sands of the Ganges are very fine. So what do we have? Here as he found, he says that there are customs regarding the Ganges that Master Xuanzang records that people have a superstitious approach to the Ganges River that says bathing in it purifies your sins, washing your mouth in it saves you from calamities, drowning in it you get born in heaven. Well, people are going to abuse that idea and go drown on purpose. So he makes the point, ignorant men and women flock to the banks of the river to bathe there, to rinse their mouths, to die and drown. He says this is a wrong view. This is heretical. 无其实也 it's wrong. Ho Tipo Pusa. Who is Tipo Pusa? Deva Bodhisattva. Some people said that's Master Xuanzang himself. So it's interesting that he is recording this is wrong. Ordinarily, we don't get editorial comments in this biography, but I think the point here that Master Xuanzang is recording this is he has a strong feeling about it. I believe that's what's going on here. Okay, Sue, yes, you're correct, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Sue says, she chatted in and says, that's still going on? Oh, yes, that is definitely going on. Take a look. The Kumbh Mela, the Maha Kumbh Mela, when when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planet and love will steer the stars. No, when Jupiter enters Leo, when Jupiter makes one circuit, 12 years, it's time for the Kumbh Mela. It is a festival in India, and 70 million people. It is going on right now. On the 26th, we have 2 more days before the Mahakumbh Mela at Prayag is over. It's a 45-day festival that's been going on for hundreds of years. When look at the number of people. 这是印度现在这个大聚会有70 million 那么多人一起到了恒河旁边。你看那么多，是还有2天，就是木星它绕一圈，每12年。印度有4个地方，这是他们国家出的一个邮票。This is a stamp issued by the Indian government symbolizing the Mahakumbh Mela at Prayagraj. Here it is. This is 2019. 2019 was the biggest one. Every year it gets bigger. Look at the pilgrims. 这是印度教 Hinduism. I haven't read anything about Muslims joining. It's very much, this is an Ashoka pillar, very much a Hindu event. 1850年，英国的画家 Turner 就已经描写 right? Here we are. Here are pilgrims getting an offering. This is a food offering. Notice everybody has a leaf. They've got some dal. They've got a drink. They've got some roti here, and everyone gets an offering. This is everyone has their head covered. He doesn't. You're supposed to cover your head. He doesn't either. Okay. 这是一种大供养，所有来朝圣参加这个恒河旁边那个大的法会都可以一样受供养。So this is a dana, anna dana, mass feeding during Kumbh Mela. This is 2013. 还有娱乐，还有歌唱，晚上你看那么多人啊。This is 2019, 2019年最多的那么就说这个大法会现在发生了，还有2天，大家到那个恒河里边说，你用那个水，你可以把你的罪业都可以洗掉了，恢复清净那个是你如果用这个水漱你的口，你的业都会烧了当时这个玄奘大师说，有这么一个说法，你如果在那个恒河里边淹死，你都可以升天。他说这是邪师邪说，没有这么一回事，这是不对的。So all the food there for the millions and millions of people. This is the world's largest 法会. All the food is vegetarian. 所有那个食物45天内所有的食物呢都是素的，因为这是印度教的。It goes night and day. Look at this. Though the number of people there is truly everybody waits for the right moment to enter the water, and only certain people get to enter first. At the Kumbh Mela, in the past, people fought for the right to enter the water first and killed each other because who gets to enter first is important. So now it's legal. They do it. The Indian government tries very hard. A parrot is singing outside my door. My goodness. The Indian government tries hard to regulate it, and it's very, because when you have 70 million people, they say that it's really well done. They say that the feeling there is like nothing else. Here are the Xuanzang 要入那个水，阿弥陀佛 Kumbh Mela, Maha Kumbh Mela. Mother India is truly amazing. India is astonishing. It's the birthplace of Buddhism. Okay, let us dedicate merit. Here we go. Make a wish. 大家回向功德哈。May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may our minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. Before we go, we want to bow to the Buddha. 我们向佛行三问训礼。Bow in respect to the Venerable Master. Let's get Shifu's picture. Here we go. Ami Tofu. See you all next week, everyone. Ami Tofu. Bye now.
Thank you, Mr. Master.
Ami Tofu. You're welcome.